Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. All right, folks, I'm here today with freshly minted IFBB Pro, David Egli, DK Muscle on Instagram if you want to follow him. What's going on, David?
Hey, bro. Thanks for having me on here. An underscore DK Muscle. Underscore
DK Muscle. Yeah, I got to make sure I get that correct. Yeah. And I'll put it in the video description, so if any of you guys want to follow David. So how does it feel to have IFBB Pro next to your name?
A lot of weight off my shoulders. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So doing so long in the military, I think I'm the only person up, probably a senior chief E8 that has an IFBB Pro card. So it's kind of a bragging right thing as well.
How long have you been in bodybuilding? How long have you been training?
2015 was my first show. I started that March, did my first show 3 months later. The Emerald Cup over here in the Northwest. The biggest show in the Northwest. I was a bantamweight. And then 2 months after that, I did the USA's. Got fourth place. It's only like 5 months of bodybuilding. So I was a bantamweight. I had the structure, then I fell in love with it ever since then.
And I assume you were lifting weights before that, though.
No, I started off I was a boxer, on and off boxer for 20 plus years.
It's funny how
Golden Gloves.
It's funny how I see people transition from other sports into bodybuilding and do really well, like boxing, wrestling, things like that. I mean, you have to be tough to do that sort of stuff. You have to have the tough mindset like it takes to get through contest prep and everything. What's nuts to me is you're doing it with 12 kids, man. 12 kids in your active duty military. That is insane that you're doing it with. How do you keep it all together? My
wife is the number one the key secret to that, but everything else is just managing your time correctly and then rolling with the punches. Is that a good way of saying it?
Yeah.
A lot of people get up and they hit the gym and they want afternoon. I got to get up before work, hit the gym. Sometimes I don't have access to the gym, so I have my garage is full of stuff. Then, of course, with that comes responsibility of making the kids foods before I make myself anything. I'm the last one to eat, but that's why I was having shit prepped. If I'm not prepped, it's a lousy day. My wife had nothing to do with this stuff because she hates bodybuilding, maybe. So
most women don't like bodybuilding. It's funny how many bodybuilders don't date other bodybuilders. Like my girlfriend doesn't know anything about this stuff. She doesn't understand why I do it. But it's
naked.
Yeah, I know. It's like why are you doing this to yourself? Like why are you starving yourself? Why are you doing all this crazy stuff?
Definitely, I don't know. I like the challenge, Like one of the things I always say is, I can say every bodybuilder has discipline, but not every bodybuilder works hard. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. 100%.
I can watch videos all day long, and people, their spouse are making them food, or they have no kids, or sitting on the couch sleeping. Like I come home from work and I work, so that's pretty much it. No days off.
Here you are. Was this the day before the show?
This is the day before. Tanned up, ready to go. Yeah.
Holy crap, man! Your waist is insane. You're one of the smallest waists I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's probably 28 maybe, or 29. I'm not sure.
That's crazy, man.
The whole goal is to get the legs right there the size of my waist, so I'm almost there.
I mean, I'd say they're pretty good, man. And we talked about it beforehand. You with the new weight class increases, you're probably going to stay in classic, or do you see yourself going up to 212 at some point?
Well, since it did go up, I can't gain muscle that fast because I don't have a lot of exposure to certain things. You know what I mean? I like taking my time. Physique, I think, would be flawed if I rushed anything. So classic physique, maybe at 90 pounds, and then maybe get down to 187. And then after that show, my next pro show, after my first pro debut, would be classic. The second one would be 212. That's the whole.
This is nutty. I got another one here. Let's see if I can bring this one up. I mean, your physique is just crazy, man. You have like the perfect lines to be a pro. It's man, God blessed you with good genetics, man. This is crazy. How tall are you?
5'6" and a quarter.
5'6" and a quarter. Man, you would be a perfect 212 guy. Although you do have that tiny waist.
Yeah, I gotta get the back up. I mean, the only thing I've been told is the back is to come up, because I have a long torso. Like in my back maybe about 5 pounds in that back, I'll be good. Man.
Let's see if I can
And then you go ahead and tag that one picture of the maybe get sebum, interested. My vacuum pose. I was doing vacuums in 2015, and then there wasn't even classic stuff around here. And then I was like classic bodybuilder. I like that stuff. And then, yeah, that's the one. That's a killer. I love that.
Yeah,
shot.
That's a crazy vacuum, man. That is a great shot too.
Yeah, he did it good. I saw that one. Oh my God, let me steal that. So I put it on my IFBB Pro card and I put it in the garage, hanging up. It was awesome. It's what it was.
Yeah, I would have a copy of that, man. That's a fantastic picture. I mean, man, your back looks pretty. Is this hang on, let me pull this one up too. Is this, I want to share this one, but I think this is this a before and after here of you?
Yeah, that's 2016, 17, and that's coming up with this prep. Yeah.
That's nutty too, man.
Yeah. Took some time, but I did it. Let me see the other one. If you go up a little bit, one more.
Right here.
That's the same thing. Yeah, my 2000. That's Bantam 140, and then that's
So 140. Yeah, so about 40 pounds of muscle different between those two pictures. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And how do you train? What's your training style like?
All over the place. When I come from, I had the encyclopedia with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's what I started off with.
That's what I used, the whole thing. Me and my wife started off with that. And then I just like the variety of stuff. But right now it's more of a DC training I got from you and Justin. That's next. But I've always incorporated that kind of tough hit training for a couple warm-ups and kill it. But now it's different. I can see the breathing techniques are different. I downloaded that something he made, that video with him and Steve Kuklo.
Yeah.
Fall in love with it. So that's my whole goal. And now I'm doing gain some muscle better. I'm working 1 day off, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, DC training, that hardcore training works as long as your joints can handle it. I'm older now, man. I'm almost 50 years old. I can't really do it anymore, but I did it all through my 20s and 30s. How old are you?
39. Just turned 39.
39. Okay. I mean, you're old. You're young looking 39. In bodybuilding years, man, you're in your prime.
That's what I keep hearing. And I started late. I started like 33, 34 years old.
I mean, these pictures are ridiculous, man. This is nuts to me.
But the last day before, last leg day, yeah, that was it. I had the best leg workout ever for some reason. I had no carbs in me. So
there are some people, like if I don't have carbs in me, man, I look like a string bean. I just flatten out. But there's some people I've seen, and I think it's from heavy training that does it. Just like it's impossible to get them flat. You just have a lot of contractile tissue.
Yeah.
And I
do have a lot of fats involved. And then people ask me at the thing, like, hey, how do you get your legs big? And I tell them, well, have you ever done 225 for 50 reps? No. I'm like, well, let's do that and tell me how it feels. It's going to feel like shit, but that's how you do it. So I don't do heavy, crazy reps. I do 225 for 50 reps or 315 pounds for like close to 30 reps and try to keep it there. You can only do it once, right? And you have to back set off and do another 20. But the more blood volume in that muscle, the better.
Yeah, and the DC style of training they had, he would have the suicide sets in it where you'd bang out high reps on squats. And that'll definitely put hair on your chest. Yeah, here you are 4 days out, man. This is crazy, man. You get the full blown Christmas tree in the back.
Yeah, it's funny because my back pose needs to be improved because when I hit back double bicep, I sometimes forget to go ahead and squeeze down my lats. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to
back more because
you got to lean back and squeeze down the lats a little bit more. It's hard to do, man. People don't realize how hard posing is.
It's that part right there. And I don't have no posing coach, but I'm trying. So
yeah, I mean, you should definitely connect up with the posing. I mean, your posing is pretty decent, but you get on the pro level, you gotta polish everything you can polish.
Yeah, I got a year to do it, so it's good. If I could bring that, like the back right there, bring that. My front looks like I think it's flawless, but my back, put 10 pounds on that.
Yeah, you can probably use a little more in the lower lats, but that could be just posing too.
Yeah.
I think that's probably just posing. But I mean, overall, man, you look fantastic. You're going to do well on the pro scene if you just keep doing what you're doing.
That was me on the boat, the one in the middle right there.
There you are, man. How much longer are you having the Navy?
I'm in 18 years right now.
So 2 more?
So, yep. Well, it's 3, but me and the wife are like, we love the Navy, but we don't love the Navy. If that makes sense.
Are you on a boat?
Now, well, I'm in a squadron, but we're attached to a ship, aircraft carrier.
Oh, aircraft carrier.
Yeah, been on quite a few deployments, and then actually waiting for my orders right now. Hopefully, we get to go to Mississippi. That's where
Are you flying or no?
Flying where?
Oh, no. Oh, you're not an aviator, right? No.
Nope, I'm straight. Yep, senior chiefs. Chiefs don't fly.
Chiefs don't fly. I had a friend of mine that was an aviator. I remember he'd get mad at me when I'd call him a pilot. He's like, I'm not a pilot. I'm an aviator. I think there's carriers wild. I don't, I live here in Virginia, and we'll see them down in Norfolk, man. These things are giant.
Oh, yeah. That whole other experience when you get close to one of those things. And I've been to Norfolk so many times. That's where the boat's stationed in Norfolk. That's where you're from. That probably passed by your house multiple times.
Yeah. I live in Virginia. I mean, it's on the other end of the state. So are you up in Washington, or where do you live at? What part of Washington?
Oak Harbor, Type Frame, Whidbey Island.
Washington's beautiful, man. I went up a couple years ago. Went up and did the Olympic National Forest. Went up there and went through all that. That was pretty amazing. Are you from the Pacific Northwest originally?
California.
California.
On the streets of Cali. Tough life. Tough young. Being a young and dumb. I had to get out of there and join the military. That's how it is.
Yeah, we've all been there, man. I grew up in the redneck ghetto, man. I'm from the trailer park. So believe me, I know.
Well, been there too. Yep, been there too.
How old are all your kids, man?
My oldest is 18 years. My oldest, my youngest, about 6 months.
Holy crap, man! I don't know. I have 2. And that's plenty. I don't know how you keep up.
That's why I was kind of like, this is working out is one of those things that alleviates stress. I'm not saying the kids are stressful, but some days situations in this tiny house can be stressful.
Oh man, I got 2 kids, man. I get stressed out sometimes. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that times 6.
I told you already. Bodybuilders just they have discipline, but a lot of them are the ones you kind of look up to.
You kind of get disillusioned when you meet them in person. Sometimes they're not like what you thought. Some of the guys are great, like
Yeah.
I've met Jay Cutler. I mean, he's a stand-up dude. He's fantastic, hard worker. I remember, I don't know if I should share this story or not, but I remember being in college, and we had Lou Ferrigno come in. I worked at a gym, and we had him come in and do like kind of like a guest thing for a promo for the gym, and I got assigned to like being his chauffeur and hauling him around and doing work for him. He was like the worst person I've ever met, man. He was horrible. just
really?
Mean. Yeah, just really? Awful. Bossy. And I was like, it was like a guy I looked up to, and I'm like, this guy's a jerk.
That's really deep.
But some of the guys are great.
No, I've met quite a few humble people. Sean Carita, I met him.
Yeah, Sean's
Phil
great.
Heath, I met him back in my first show. Quite a few people.
Yeah, I was just up at the New.
Usually the ones I meet have been nice. They've been nice.
Yeah, I was just up at the New York Pro. I met Rami up there and Samson Dowda. They were both super nice. Rami was very, very nice. Very, I don't know how much English he spoke, but we talked to him for a bit. But he was super great, easy to talk to. What about nutrition? How do you what's your approach to nutrition?
I keep it simple. Off season, I don't know, man. Like just eat what I can when I can get the food. Because out here having kids, having the food, you gotta make sure they get priority, and then you get second. But it's not always the best things, but I try to make it work. Like baby rice is always in my plan. Blackberry plan, oatmeal's over there. Rice, chicken breast, steak. I eat a lot of top sirloin steaks.
Yeah, I do a lot of top sirloin.
Put it down, man. Yeah. Well, I'm doing a lot more.
This is
off
season, right?
So. That was before my national show. Yeah. Well, I got the 209, kind of looking like the guy on the right, but still, like, I want to be like that size. But sure, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we want to be.
It's funny
It's gonna take time, but I'll get it.
It's funny how different you look once you 20 pounds makes a big difference.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. I'm excited for this next offseason.
There's another one. Yeah, you're a big boy in the off season.
Yeah, I can get big. I gotta be careful. Well, I started in 2015, like I said, that show, but I didn't compete after that until 2019. Military, drinking alcohol, they got in the way. So kind of alleviated that and stopped doing that for a while. And from 2019, I think when it really started, 19 to now. It's 19, 20, 21. I've all had a show, 22 to now.
Yeah, I can't drink.
2019? Well, I can't either. Not anymore.
Once in a blue moon, I'll have one, man. But it just wrecks me, wrecks my workouts, wrecks my diet. I mean, everything. I can't really do it. I mean, the lats are looking pretty thick here, man. You're definitely thick there. I know you said you're lifting on the ship, but when you're not on the ship, are you lifting at home or do you go hit the gym?
Yeah, at home I have a gym here, but my home is my second gym. So my first gym actually was Sunday. We got a lot of stuff in the garage, and my wife has actually she's actually the reason my legs are so big, because it kind of has that Tom Platz mentality. Like, if you can do, let's say you're killing it, you're doing squats, you do 20 reps, and you're dying, and she's like, all right, 20 more. You know, how the hell am I going to do 20 more? For some odd reason, she makes you do 20 more.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, and she'll do that, and I'll do a lot of lunges with my thing. She incorporated that for me. So my wife's been on a big training partner with me for the past 6-7 years.
That's awesome.
And she competed in 2016 after having the seventh child. She wanted to do it. She tried it, and she shot. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. How much this is a 10-year difference between these, right? Or no, 20, not a 10 year, 3 years. All right. Yeah. So how much were you in the first picture here? How much did you weigh here?
140 pounds.
That's crazy. So you went from 140 up to over 200.
Like I told you, at that time right there on the right, I was still drinking alcohol. I loved it. I could have been way ahead if I would have paid attention. The stress of the Navy, stress of going on deployment, and just kind of getting me up.
Well, I think drinking alcohol is a sport in the military, isn't it? I've heard so in the Navy, at least.
Yo, that's all you do. If you scroll down, keep going down.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of proud of it. With my first light heavyweight show, I got Justin Shear. Beat him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He was 208 and I was 184 pounds. And I came in light heavyweight and I got him. It's because of my physique. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
You have a great physique, man. You have a really balanced physique.
Yeah, I've been national 4 times. Got 4th place in all the national shows. Piled it in on my back, so.
It's crazy how much your waist tightens up, because you had a thick waist in the off season, man, and your waist shrinks down. What do you think? Is it just genetics, or are you doing anything special to keep your waist tight?
No, I do a lot of stick rotations, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. Remember that, the sticks?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I do. I don't do abs, really. That's it, man. I've been doing that for years. That's me doing leg press with my baby in my arm right there. If you see it, that's how people think they work hard. If you go up a little bit.
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
The leg press machine I'm sitting there. Yep. The volume up on that.
Yeah, there's no excuses, right?
Yeah, people. No, they don't know how. They have no idea.
The baby's crying, and you're getting the set done. Single leg press, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like,
no excuses. This is pretty wild. So you're going to get your revenge on you said Justin Shire at some point.
Oh no, I beat right there. That's the one right there.
Right here.
Those 3 pictures. There he is in love with me.
I mean, he's pretty full there, but yeah, he doesn't look like he does now.
No, he's gigantic.
Yeah, he's huge now. I don't know. You get a little bit bigger, you might give him the run for his money again.
Yeah, yeah, but he's cool people, man. I'm the one.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude. And you said you're going to do the Vancouver. That's the show that you're targeting.
Yeah, if I don't leave here, then that's where I'm gonna go. But that's a goal set, and if I have a goal set, I'm pretty much gonna execute it. That's how that's kind of my consistency in my life. I'll just put on my head to something.
Yeah, what do you do about that, man? Like if you're active duty, I mean, how do you schedule a show? Do you just you have leave during that time, or how do you make that work?
Yeah, you just got to have leave. Like this first one, I was going to do the North American, but I couldn't because the detachment's coming up. So I had to pick the Masters Nationals. Coming up, I'll be around. We'll be getting ready for deployment soon. Right before July is when we start. So I'll have the opportunity to do that show because it doesn't start until after.
And how's the gym on the ship?
I leave here. It's crowded. Put it that way.
So you just got to do the best you can.
Well, that's why I'm there early this day. Because those few people that are really early, I'm talking about 4 in the morning on the ship. But on the ship, you work 12 on, 12 off every day straight. There's no days off. And the longest I've done 12 on, 12 off is like 89 days without pulling into a report.
Holy crap,
so
man.
It gets to its routine. And if you don't work out on the ship, it's kind of like the days will last longer. So
and what do you do about diet when you're on the ship? Just eat what they have?
Yeah. This last time I was on the ship before this show, 2 weeks prior to this show, but I was eating a lot of fruit, man. A lot of fruit for some odd reason. Always fresh fruit. I have no idea where it was coming from, but it was delicious. That's probably what saved my ration store when I had a lot of fruit. It didn't have a lot of carbs, white rice once in a while, but they had all this mixed stuff. What's this shit? It's rice-a-roni.
Oh my God, man.
Stuff. Yeah, but the food is good in the Chiefs mess. Put it that way. If I was enlisted, if I was still E6 and below.
So you basically have to eat whatever they have on the ship.
Yeah, I bring rice, a little rice packets, fresh rice, and then I have baby rice for a post-workout meal, which would be a paste with baby rice, which I love, 100 grams of banana, 50 grams of blueberries, protein powder, 20 grams of almond butter, and 20 grams of honey. Put a little water in there, mix it up. That tastes great. That's pretty much the key right there.
That's crazy to me that you can eat like that and win a national show and look the way you do, man. It's nuts. It's just goes to show you there are no excuses for people.
Should be, but there is. Show me, and I'll tell you.
I mean, you must just be working your butt off to make that happen, man. That's the only way that this works, man. All right, dude. I'm gonna wrap this up. Anything you want to part with? Anything you want to plug before we go?
No, I really appreciate your time in here, man, and having me on here and giving people the experience what I go through. It's way more complicated than we talked about, which you can only imagine. I want to inspire those dads, military veterans. I think they can't do it because they have no time. You just got to be good at managing it, and you got to stay consistent. Consistency is key. Oh, and don't worry if you're a bodybuilder, we shouldn't worry about being perfect every day. Like if you try your hardest to be genuinely as good as you can get, over time it will show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's what I tell.
It just takes time.
That's what I tell guys too. You don't have to be perfect all the time. Just don't give up. Just keep working. Yeah, just keep working. Well, sir, I appreciate you coming on and thank you for your service for our country. You know, those of us that appreciate it, man. And what you do is pretty amazing, man. You looked great on stage. I can't believe that you did it with all the challenges that you have in place. If you can do it, there's no excuses for anybody else.
Thank you, I appreciate you, brother.
All right, David, thank you for coming on. And folks, thank you for watching. Take care.